Perfect. Hey everyone, it's Nuke and Matrix here. It's January 20th, and in this video, we are actually, I invited Nuke to come on this video with us. Since the last video we made was pretty well received, I wanted to do another talk or kind of like a podcast video with Nuke. And Nuke is a very good trading buddy of mine. He's also a moderator at tricktrades.com, and he is one of the more successful traders that I talk to and look up to. And today we're going to focus on one of his a very basic lesson, or not like a lesson, but a basic share on what Nuke does as a successful day trader, what he does in his regular routine of things. For example, like on the personal side of things. And in this series, it's going to be a series. We're going to be making it a 4-part series. So on this video, we're just going to talk about how Nuke goes about his day with his personal lifestyle routine. So Nuke, if you're on, go ahead and take it on.
So when it comes to this, I think a lot of traders don't give it as much thought as what it's really do the credit for, right? They just kind of think, hey, I want to be a day trader, let me go at it, because it's pretty cool to work for yourself. You set your own hours. I'm my own boss. I do what I want, right? But one of the pitfalls to that is when you are your own boss, if you don't have the entrepreneurial mindset, and keep in mind, when I say that, that's loosely. There's a huge difference between saying I'm an entrepreneur and actually being a successful one. And the successful ones have one thing in common. They didn't just throw the rules out of the book because they're working for themselves. They still have discipline. They still, have hell of a work ethic and a lot of drive. And one thing you'll find with most successful people is they have a routine and a lifestyle, right?
Absolutely.
First one, diet, exercise, sleep, right? Garbage in, garbage out. You start eating junk food every day, you're going to look and feel like you're eating junk food every day. How often do you get exercise, Johnny? And this is just me poking the bear.
Well, interestingly enough, I don't do enough exercise, and I got to be very honest. I do work another job, right? And I work in a restaurant, and I'm a server, so I walk a lot. During that job, I kill about 10 kilometers away just in walking distance, if I'm counting my steps. But aside from that, I really don't have like a proper exercising routine physically. What about you, though? What about you? I want to know about your routine.
So like for myself, right? I don't exercise as much as I used to back when I was in the military,
So probably around lunchtime, after like trading during the market hours, around lunchtime when things are not really happening, you throw in a couple reps in there, right?
Oh God, yeah. Like when y'all see me, I get up and down all throughout the day, right? So I usually start my morning off with something to eat because I am getting older. I am on a lot of medications. So the first thing, I come in here, I crank up my computer. The reason I come in here first to crank up the computer, it lets it warm up on its own time. I go hit the restroom, brush my teeth, take a shower, get myself squared away. And as I'm in and out for the first couple of times, right, I check on my computer, make sure the computer's good to go. And generally speaking, because the computer is your business equipment to make your money with, right? Mm-hmm. So that's in. It's logged in. I'm taking a shower. And this is pretty quick. Like I'm in and out in 15 minutes for all of this. And while that's going on, I usually go get me something to drink, a glass of milk, glass of orange juice, and some kind of something to snack on. Put a little food in my stomach to get digesting.
Very important, like breakfast, yeah?
Oh, yeah, something. So I don't get hungry and have those like irrational thoughts. I want to start the metabolism going. And that might not be right according to some physiologists out there, right? I'm not a physiologist. I'm an old retired military guy.
Okay.
But it helps calm me down, right? So the next thing I'd say I do is once I've got those things kind of in place, I come and sit down, and I like to have at least 15 to 30 minutes to like kind of have a systems check. And that's usually between My morning starts at 4:30 in the morning. So that's usually about 4:45 to 5 a.m. And what I'm doing is I'm looking at the chat, making sure chat's working. I pull up my trading platform through TradeNet, make sure everything logged into the server's okay. I log into Thinkorswim. Once I log into Thinkorswim, I go to the help tab. Most people don't look at this. I pull the help tab up because I want to see that my bandwidth is within the normal perimeters where it normally operates.
Yeah.
And that's important because I might be having a bad internet morning.
Okay.
You don't know that if you're not running a speed test or something to check your bandwidth.
Okay.
So sometimes you can see signs and symptoms that the internet's going to give you some trouble there.
So you mentioned that you wake up at 4:30 every morning.
Mm-hmm.
That's usually the time when I go to sleep, man. That's amazing. But so how many hours of sleep do you usually get, or do you have like a set time to go to sleep or stuff like
So
that?
unfortunately, I'm pretty horrible about that. I try and get at least 6 hours of sleep, but because of the medical conditions and stuff, sometimes that fluctuates. You know, on a great day, I might get 8 hours of sleep. On a normal day, it's about 5 to 6 hours of sleep, and a shitty day is about 2 to 3 hours.
But with that said, would you say that going to bed on time every night is very important as well?
Yeah, so with that, with the sleep, right, I try and have a cutoff, right, to where at least I'm shutting work down and putting life, you know, like you get to a point where you just kind of have your wheels spinning in the mud, but you're not going anywhere.
Yeah.
And when you're sleep deprived, that's what it is. So at night, at night, what I find it surfaces as is you're trying to go through and review charts and you're looking at things, but you're just not productive. That's your body telling you you're too damn tired. Get some sleep. It'll pay off more. In the middle of the day, right? Like if my brain, like if I'm having trouble making decisions or I have a little foggy thinking, that's me exceeding my potential of being awake and on the ball. We only have so much mental capital, all of us, right?
Okay.
So you mentioned other stuff, right? Like habits. Yeah. If after I'm done with a couple of trades, dude, when y'all see me, yeah, I'm going to step away to get me a Coke or a glass of water or milk or whatnot. Soon as I pause the mic and I step out from around the camera and the desk, I'm probably knocking out push-ups, you know, just kind of. And what that does is that gives you that adrenaline dump. You know, your physical, like all these people talking about, man, I'm pumped from this trade, I'm pumped. But what do? You know, like, do you sit there and let that just fester inside of you? You go knock out some push-ups and some sit-ups. One, you get healthier. Two, you give that endorphin a place to go.
Yeah.
So other things, like I write stuff down all through the day. You know, I write myself little reminders, sticky notes. I've got them everywhere.
Okay. What kind of stuff do you write down, though? I mean,
well, like for right now, right? Because I can't remember shit. I wrote down what time we started the interview, what time it's over. I have a list where I wrote down what we're going to be talking about so I can be thinking about it. During the trading day, I write down the main tickers that I'm playing. I write down key levels. I write down my thesis on them being short. If somebody like you or Pat, you know, comes up and they say, hey, look, I've got another thesis, like, you know, hey, I think this is going to go long. I write that in there. Mine is always the priority. But like if you or Pat or somebody mentions some key levels and I see some validity to it, I'll write yours down along with mine.
Very interesting.
If you have a good trade on a ticker that you were looking at and I was not looking at that ticker, I'll write that down so I can go back afterwards. I'm not going to let your trading impact me. But when my trading day is done, I'll go back and look at what you did. And I try and figure out why you did it and then wait for your recap.
Interesting. Okay. So the importance of developing a routine just on like a very general scale as a trader, I mean, we talked about sleeping habits, very important. You really got to treat trading as a business. And to do that, you actually go day in, day out, trying to get to bed and wake up on time. Diet and exercise. Well, I think exercise is very important, right? You just can't sit in your chair all day.
Yeah, well, and you know, another thing too, right? Without routine, you have no norm. You have
Yeah.
nothing to base it off of, right?
Mhm.
So how do you know when you're too tired, Johnny? If your normal routine for being too tired is when you literally pass out?
For me, it's I focus a lot on my breathing, man, and yawning is from a lack of oxygen. Is so when that starts to happen, sometimes I feel myself slouched over the computer a little bit too much. Then I know it's gonna turn, right? So that's when I kind of remind myself to okay, slow down, take it off, or get out of here,
Yeah.
and just call it in, right? So,
You know,
but
you are a very strategic trader, right? And I do this all the time, multiple times throughout the day, especially like if I get out of a trade, if I got into a trade and I get out, whenever I have a break, I stop and I think, how do I feel? Do I
yeah,
feel excited? Am I anxious? Am I ramped up? Do I feel like a dumbass? If
hmm
the answer is I feel like a dumbass, now I need to ask a few more questions. Is it
yeah,
because I made a bad decision? Is it
hmm
because I'm getting tired? Did I eat enough?
yeah,
Is my body reacting to the food I ate in an appropriate manner? These are all things that, like, the whole point I'm getting here, right? Self awareness. Part of my
interestingly enough,
routine is self check.
in my blog, in one of my blog posts, I wrote about willpower,
Mm-hmm.
and I talked about how willpower is actually a physiological, a biological thing, and that if you were to exercise willpower, it has it has a lifespan. And if you don't feed your brain enough water or food or nutrients, uh, willpower itself diminishes. And for us as traders, having willpower and discipline is very important. So I think that falls into the category of diet as well.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, so you can look into that. We will have that link for my blog in the blog post. Okay, so I guess that's pretty general. I
Yeah.
mean, talking
Well,
about just the regular routine, though. Um, I see that we have gone through a few more minutes left. I want to talk about uh, something very exciting that's about to happen in Trick Trades. Uh, Trick, our mentor, is about to roll out a new program called Shotgun. And that program is in beta testing right now. So we're not really able to tell our viewers the secrets or what goes on or what Shotgun really is. But during the beta test, our beta testers came back and told us it was absolutely amazing. Nuke and I know what Shotgun is. Once Trick launches it, we will all tell you about it. But it's something that it's very revolutionary style of teaching, and I want people to look forward to that. We will have links to the Trick Trade chat room and Trick's YouTube channel and the video description links as well. Is there anything else you want to add, though, Nuke, before we close it off for now? And then in a couple of days, we'll do part two of this routine uh,
no,
video.
the one that I didn't touch on was major life events, right?
Yeah.
Whether
Okay.
you, your family member, you get a phone call, whatever, those things affect us, right? So part of
Mm-hmm.
my routine is anything that's out of my routine and out of the norm.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of puts a brake check on my daily activities for trading because I want to make sure I'm able to continue on at the level I need to be, or if I need to put my trading on the side so I don't lose capital. But yeah, aside from that, yeah, Trick Trades definitely on point in terms of growing mature traders. And I
Mm-hmm.
think these successful day trading lifestyle routine,
Mm-hmm.
you'll find that most of us that are successful have a, I don't want to say a similar, but we have a routine that works for us.
Oh yeah, you're not the only successful trader I've been talking to. I mean, I talk to Trick, I talk to other traders, and I do ask them, and I notice what they do as well. I mean, they get up a certain time, they uh, get away from the desk a certain time for lunch, right? They sleep a certain time, and basically they exercise a certain time as well. So I think that in itself is the beginning of becoming a better and consistent trader. At the end of the day, it is a business. Your trading account is your own business. So we got to start thinking and acting like a proper entrepreneur and a businessman, right? So yeah, that's pretty much it. Do you have anything else to say? And go ahead.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
With that, we have 3, possibly 4 more videos going to come out on this subject, because I think you and I need to talk about setting up the trading day,
oh
how
yeah.
we go about our routine for actually setting up how we're going to trade the whole day.
Hmm.
You were absolutely phenomenal with reviewing your trading day. That's a whole video in and of itself, going back through the motions, your routine that you break your day down, and then the emotional routine. I think that's going to take a good bit of time to like really dive into the emotions that we go through and how you clear those out, how you put them in check.
So this little series is going to be kind of like a 4-part series. This is video 1 of the parts of the series. So I hope you guys enjoy it. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to both Nuke and my channel. That would be very much appreciated. If you guys have any questions about this video, make sure you hit us up in the comments. And we'll see you guys next time.
Awesome. Good work,
Thanks,
John.
Nuke. Have a good night.